everybody, it's Sarah and welcome back to the Scrappery. Today I have another 8.5 by 11 layout to share with you. I cut out that beautiful cut file. It is actually from paperissues.com. They have a ton of free cut files for your silhouette and I would highly recommend checking that out. They have a ton of them. So I am going to get a little mixed media going today. So I just squirted out some white gesso there. And I bought a big pack of makeup applicator sponges, like at a thrift shop or something. And I don't like to get super messy when I do my mixed media. So I just use one of those guys to kind of blend in my white or my clear gesso, because when you do gesso on your page first, it kind of protects your paper from getting kind of like completely saturated, and then when you try to mix and rub, you kind of get the paper to wad up on you and kind of come apart, and that's no good. So now I'm going to stop the video because I'm going to blow on it and I'm realizing, oh boy, this isn't going to work. So I stop the video, I get out my heat tool, and I heat the back and the front. If you heat the back and the front, it will prevent it from warping a ton. I still got a little bit of warpage, but not bad. So now I have all dried here, and I grabbed that beautiful teal Kaiser mist from a couple of kits ago, and I added some water because I didn't want it quite as vibrant as it was going to be. So I'm just going to do a little bit of the packaging technique, mush it around. I'm kind of going for a diagonal a little bit there, and I am going to remove some of it with some paper towel. And then I'm going to grab some Heidi Shine in navy, which I don't think I've even used it before. So I was pretty excited to get that out. And I didn't want a lot because, once again, I was going for more of a subtle look. And I did dilute that down with a little bit of water. And it got kind of an odd, I don't know, almost greenish grayish when I watered it down. But once you can see here, once I blotted it on my paper, it wasn't that bad. And I did remove some of it. And like I said, that gesso is going to give you a lot more playtime. You can go in there and rub and remove and blend and add and take away. And now I'm going to do a bunch of splatters in that navy and also in that beautiful Kaiser Craft teal. That is just the most beautiful color of teal. It's hard to get splatters with that kind of shorter little nozzle on that thing, but it'll work. You just gotta kind of stay at it. And then, because that gesso will keep stuff wet, you have to kind of go in there with your paper towel and kind of clean up those splatters a little bit, or they will stay wet for a very long time. Adding a little bit more teal there, going back with my paper towel, and just trying to take away color and not add it. And figuring out where I want everything. And I let that dry, and now I'm going to go back in with some of my gelatos. I grabbed kind of a medium pink and my red, because combined, those two kind of make the color of red that's in that collection that we're using, that's in our kit this month. And I'm just going to kind of get it going with my finger a little bit. Because I put that gesso on there, I'm going to get a ton of ability to blend and mix and remove and add. Now, if I had just put those gelatos on that raw paper, it would have just soaked right in, and I wouldn't have been able to blend it as well as I was. And now you're noticing I am placing colors next to each other, not on top. When you do mixed media and you kind of just put colors on top of each other, you're going to sometimes end up with kind of a muddled brown, and that doesn't always look so hot. So I try to place colors next to each other. And then I noticed that red was really rocking there, so I did remove a little bit of that. I just put a little bit of roller adhesive on that cut file, and then I'm going to run it through my sewing machine. I've got some gold thread in there right now. I didn't sew through the clouds, not that you'll really be able to tell. I just didn't want to go through the clouds. I only went through kind of the lines of the rings twice, and that did take me a little bit of time because I had to go back and forth twice, cut, and then there was 3 different segments of the circle cut up by clouds that I had to go in there and get some stitching done on. And that stitching also helps with the warping of the paper. It also helped it kind of to behave a little bit. So now this is the fun part. I get to start embellishing. That is a little piece of the vellum that came in the kits. And I'm going to grab that wood look chipboard frame, and I'm going to use mostly my Tombow Mono Aqua adhesive for this, because when you use gesso, you need to use some extra adhesive. The just everyday run-of-the-mill tape runner usually won't adhere with that gesso on there. And that is a picture of my husband and I a couple of weeks ago up in Door County. That is a beautiful chipboard that I did leave the sticky backing on. And then I'm just going to use a pop dot on the bottom of the L because that is at a different height than the paper behind it. So this is going to be called Beautiful Memories. And then I typed out some journaling on my typewriter that says 10th wedding anniversary, Washington Island, Door County. That day we took a ferry up to Washington Island and drove around and explored and had a really fun lunch, and it was really neat to go somewhere where there are no bridges. Now I kind of screwed up because I wanted that flower to go behind that bee, but I kind of made do and I just cut that part of the flower off in the exact angle that that bee kind of was. There I'm going to glue on some bitty blooms and some stars from the ephemera pack. And then I'm not going to use any enamel dots or gems again. I'm just going to use some of the beautiful sequins that are in the kit. They are so beautiful, sparkly, and iridescent this month. I just can't help myself. And now there is the Becky Higgins roller date stamper that came in the kit. I just stamped the date on there. I'm going to glue some heart ephemera up in the upper left. And then I had already taken the foamy backing off of that flare, so I just added my own pop dot. And another bitty bloom. And some more sequins. And this is almost going to do it. In a second here, I am going to shake, shake, shake my Heidi Shine. I've got a kind of newer bottle of gold going, and it's really juicy. So I get an awful lot of gold Heidi Shine here on the end. I just wanted another gold element on my layout because I had that gold thread going through the circles there. And I covered up my picture. I didn't get any on my picture, and then I decided I need a little bit more in the upper corner. And I'm just cleaning it out of the sequin wells a little bit. There are some close-ups, and there's going to be a lot of close-ups here at the end. So thank you so much to everyone that has been leaving lovely comments on my videos and on the Facebook group. I'm having such a fun time creating with these awesome kits, and I can't wait for my next one to come in a couple weeks. So thanks, ladies. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.